What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. The Black Ops 6 beta got off to a rocky start, as players were originally unable to join games or met with extremely long wait times upwards of 10 minutes, highlighted here by this Charlie Intel tweet. Matchmaking in Black Ops 6's beta may slowly be coming back online. Just found a match after waiting for 10 minutes. Completely unacceptable. And unfortunately, this isn't where all of the problems stopped. Players like myself were met with network errors, which didn't even allow them to log on to Call of Duty HQ, which only added to the frustration and disappointment of the first hour of this beta. Now, obviously, all of this has been resolved. I've been able to access the game, as you can clearly see by the gameplay on screen. But the fact that we got off on the wrong foot doesn't bode well for my overall thoughts of Black Ops 6. Now, of course, before I was even able to access the game, I had to go to my favorite gaming app, Call of Duty HQ, and of course restart after the update, which then of course didn't automatically load me into the Black Ops 6 beta. Nope, I had to separately load into the Black Ops 6 beta after once accessing COD HQ, which again prompted me with an update that required a restart. Now, this seems like a minor inconvenience, and it definitely is. It's a first world problem. But it's the lack of user-friendliness that pisses me off with COD HQ. And again, I'm not so much concerned about what Treyarch has done to Black Ops 6 as I am concerned of Activision's greasy user-friendliness hands being everywhere on this game. Because I've already experienced packet burst. I've already experienced problems with the Modern Warfare engine being here in Black Ops 6. So let's talk about it. Because my initial impressions of this game are pretty positive, but they are subject to change, as I feel the biggest problems I'm going to have with Black Ops 6 do not fall on the shoulders of Treyarch. They fall on the shoulders of Infinity Ward and Activision. So let's talk about it. As I was finally able to get into the beta, I was met with amazing menu music. And this seems like a minuscule detail, but it matters so much. It immerses you right away into the game. It doesn't feel generic, it feels Black Ops. It has that vibe to it. And right away I was like, yes, I'm playing a Black Ops game. This is awesome. It was very reminiscent of Black Ops 2 for me. And when I finally loaded into a game, I was met with some pretty fun gameplay. I'm going to call a spade here. I had fun playing Black Ops 6. Now, that doesn't mean that I completely endorse this game. What it means is right now, my first initial impressions are that Black Ops 6 is pretty fun from a gameplay perspective. I found Omni movement to be easy to learn and navigate, and honestly, not that oppressive to go up against. You can predict the way players are going to approach certain gunfights, and you can utilize the Omni movement to your advantage. And I feel as if the maps perfectly complement Omni movement. So it seems that the two were coincided and developed together with each other in mind, which is perfect. That was one of my core concerns, and it feels as if it works really well. And honestly, it feels like a better version of Modern Warfare 3. But that's where the disappointments for me start with Black Ops 6. Is this doesn't feel so much like a Black Ops game as it does feel like Modern Warfare 4 to an extent. There's aspects of the gameplay that remind me of Black Ops Cold War, but for the most part, it just feels like another sequel to the Modern Warfare franchise, which is a little disappointing. Because back in the day, the golden era of Call of Duty, each Call of Duty felt distinctly different from one another. And that's what made it feel refreshing every single year. There's a lack of that here in Black Ops 6. But that doesn't mean that the gameplay isn't fun. That doesn't mean the gameplay isn't enjoyable. It's just one of those things that I've noticed. And of course, when it comes to this Infinity Ward engine, some of the problems that exist in every single Modern Warfare game exist here. Most notably, the spawns. They are absolutely awful again here in Black Ops 6, and I do not put this on Treyarch. Because I've heard rumors before that Sledgehammer Games tried to make changes to the spawn system in MW3 and just were met with nothing but problems because the core of this engine that the spawns were built off of is just nonsensical. The spawn logic here does not make sense. And that seems to be a problem once again in Black Ops 6. And I don't really like that. But what I do like is the new create a class system here in Black Ops 6 as the gunsmith has been revamped. No more thousands of different attachments. No, finally, we have a limited number of attachments. And on top of that, most of the attachments only provide you with benefits, which is such a nice change. Instead of having these nonsensical cons that go against your attachment, most of the attachment provides you positive value. And when they do provide you negative value, it seems to make sense, which is a nice change. I still want to dive a little bit deeper into the perk system here in Black Ops 6, as it seems to be pretty on par for Call of Duty, but there's a little bit of a wrench thrown in it with the way that you can create your class to earn extra perks. And I kind of like that, but I want to dive deeper and test some things out as I earn more perks throughout the beta to see if it is a system I like or not. But it's definitely a nice difference from what we had back in MW2. So I'm just glad that we're never going back to time release perks, thank God. But now let's move on to the maps quickly. As I said earlier, I do feel as if Omni Movement complements the maps really well and vice versa. And because of that, the maps do feel pretty good. But I can't help but note that I really did not like the Scud map. It felt extremely boring at times, and I just felt as if the gameplay was a lot slower on that map versus Skyline or Derelict. Both of those maps I felt were far better than what Scud introduced into the game, and they're far more colorful as well, as Scud seems to be a little bit more bland from a aesthetic perspective. But that's really my only negative note so far about the maps, as I want to dive further in, and I'm sure more maps are coming, or I just haven't been able to play all the maps so far in my limited time. But I wanted to release these first impressions just to kind of get it out there that I am enjoying the game, and that I am curious to see how my opinion changes over time as we move through the beta weekend here and into next weekend's beta as well. But with that being said, if you are getting a little bit of FOMO, my best advice would be get Game Pass. If you desperately need to play this beta, try not to give Activision money. Instead, just get Game Pass for $1, or even if it's $20, you get it for the month, you get access to some good games, and you can try out the beta as well. There's no obligation to keep your Game Pass subscription, and there's no obligation to pre-order this game. Just try it out on Game Pass. That's the best advice I can give you. Try not to give Activision your money. That's all I'm going to say. But I am curious what your thoughts are if you have access to the beta, if you are playing Black Ops 6 right now. What do you think? What do you like? What do you not like? Leave a comment down below and let me know. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, can you please hit that like button? If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.